Hey, you guys, it's me. Today, I want to talk about this food for thought, which is how Christ is totally, totally different from how this world works. You know, have you ever thought about the games we play? Most of them, chess, Jenga, video games, all of this stuff. And have you ever thought about the mechanism, like on what principles those games work? So last night I was laying in bed and I was thinking about this. I was meditating on this issue, and I found out something that in every game that we play, like for instance, I could play chess with another man, and basically if you're past uh, if you're not a beginner anymore, if you know how to do it, the thing is, I I give a hard time to the opponent, to the other person, and it is kind of like a couple fighting, arguing with each other. That is like, oh, you did this wrong, and then the other person would be like, the spouse, the wife, or the husband would be like, oh, oh, then what about this? You did that wrong. You know, it is like, when you are very naive and you're kind of a beginner in a game, you would be sort of stuck in one situation when the other person, when the opponent, so to speak, opponent or the other person would accuse you of something, some small thing or some big thing that you've done wrong. The other person would be like, hey, watch this, just watch this, what you have done wrong, what are you gonna do about this? And then if you are too naive, you would be like, you would apologize, or like you would be like, oh, I'm sorry, or you would be probably be overly, submissive, or really be puzzled in your own self, or irritated, things of that nature. So what I this is the conclusion that I came to realize, is that, you know in every video games too, like, you have to really give the other person a hard time, like a difficult time, and like you have to make the other person really kind of irritated and basically feel bad about themselves, things like that, you know. And I was in my mind relating these stuff to Christ's life, and what kind of a life and what kind of things he had to accomplish for us, you know. Mm, so basically, all the games we play as human beings, it is finding scapegoat, finding someone to be a victim, and finding out flaws in the other person, and you know and the loser is got to be responsible for all the result, you know. So basically, all those games we play is making the other person responsible. And just game changer is not enough to describe what Yeshua has done, because I think what Christ did, what Yeshua did, is what he is really, he is a game breaker. You know, in the Gospel of John, Yeshua said, "I have nothing to do with this world," and in a sense, I realized partly what he meant when he said those words last night as I was meditating. You know, because Yeshua was crucified and he was flawless, he was without sin, and he was crucified, and he was the scapegoat, and he broke all the chains, all the tedious things, all the tedious and emotionally dragging things of this nature. You know, for example, I could I could put my pawn forward and trap the opponent's bishop, things like that. And then if the other person is quote unquote smart enough, he would not be stuck in that situation only, but he he will give me another problem that I have to deal with. And that is like, you know, I remember this little, another little game that I was in a summer camp, like there was like in YMCA, things like that. I was in a summer camp in upstate New York when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and we did this thing. You probably know, it's called hot potato, and we would toss around this little dodgeball or volleyball. We we were in we were like 15 to 20 people in total, and we will sing a song. We will chant, and the person at the end of this song, the person that was holding the dodgeball, he was it, or she was it, you know. So just like I said, you know, these examples are everywhere. It is just universal. I This is a pattern that I found, and you know, it is, I think it is just marked in our instincts, because uh, fleshly, speaking in terms of our flesh, we are really children of Satan, and unless we are born again of Christ, we are essentially children of Satan and children of the devil. That is why we take joy and we enjoy playing these games. And you know, don't you ever sometimes think to yourself and get really sick of these things? You know, I heard that when we go to heaven, we will meet God and we will sing praises forever, and we will not get bored and we will not get tired of singing praises and things like that. But you know, not only because um our stamina and our physical capabilities is finite, not only because of that, but uh just the thing that we have to be careful, no, not careful, but just the thing that we have to be attentive at all times, and we have to, we just can't be off guard, you know. So in a sense, we uh before we meet the Lord in person in this earthly life, on this in this earthly life, we always have to like have some sort of really this emotional baggage. And you know, even on the best days of our lives, we have this. anxiety in our deepest thoughts and unconsciousness that just pursues us and it just haunts us. I hope that you figure this and you kind of understand what I am talking about. So yeah, I think this is some food for thought for you guys, and it will be of some little use to you guys if you take some time to meditate on this matter and be really grateful. You know, my dad used to say to me like some years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, that you don't have enough. Like some, I feel like you, son, I feel like you don't show gratitude enough, and it is only like few days ago, probably, or few months ago, that I came to realize that he was right. My dad was right. That I was always complaining and never grateful. But as I was thinking about this matter last night, I was truly grateful to God, you know, for really taking away the sin of this world. Like also, like he said in, it is written in the Gospel of John, when Yeshua was baptized, it is written in Gospel of John that this is from the mouth of John the Baptist, and he said, "Behold the Lamb of God, he takes away the sin of this world." It is not only about our sexual immorality or many types of sin, but the general feeling or just this existence of having to be attentive all the time. Like we can't be off guard, because there are Satan's servants all over the face of this earth, because the enemy Satan, he knows that his time is short, so he is very diligent, and he's always giving orders to his angels, the fallen angels, 1/3 of all the angels that were in heaven serving God. But those are the fallen angels, and the evil spirits are very diligent, and they are realer than we think, because this flesh, you know, my skin and bone and leather, everything, this might seem more important to us, but after we've been educated by God Himself of what our lives really consist of, it is, you already know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, guys. Uh, so, this is about it. All I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. And lastly, my name is King David, and in my channel, we talk about semen retention, temperance, self improvement, and spiritual growth. I say again, Happy New Year to you guys. And I would recommend that you give this year to God. Many people have New Year's resolutions, and those are about, like, just like I said this channel is also about self improvement, but it is really of no use if we forget about God, or the Most High, that being the Most High who gave us life in the first place. So it is only appropriate for us to give him due respect and ask him for all the strength and wisdom that is necessary. So thank you guys for watching, and I am consistent, so I will do another one like this very soon. So, and thanks for new subscribers. Bye guys, I love you. Peace.